Hey YouTube, this is Rishika and this would be my 23rd video tutorial on DataStage. In the previous video tutorials, I discussed pretty much about the file stages and database stages and the processing stages, and the most recent videos were on pivot enterprise stage and remove duplicate stage. So in this video, I'm gonna focus on sort stage. Okay, let me just put input and output links so that it would have like all the properties, so that we can just go and have a look at all the properties. So sort stage is basically a processing stage. So yeah, it can have only a single input link and single output link. It can read and write at the same time, obviously, because it's a processing stage, and it can't have any more than one output and input links. Okay, see, when I try to pull down, it says it cannot support any more output links, right? So yeah, it can have only single input link and single output link. That's the important thing. And the other sort stage is basically like order by clause or order by function in SQL. You remember, I hope you guys have like basic knowledge of SQL. So yeah, if you have like basic knowledge of SQL, order by clause, whenever if you have order by, we're gonna specify a column name and say it's like ascending or descending. We're trying to like have an order by, right? So yeah, it's pretty much same as the order by clause in this, but with more options. Okay, because it's data stage, right? Yeah, we do have more options. And the other important thing is, you might be wondering, we do have already if you remember in my previous videos, I have been telling about this in link sorting, right, or on the link sorting, right? Whenever you choose any other partitioning technique except auto, let's choose like modulus, any other partitioning technique except auto, yeah, this sorting block gonna highlight, right? So this sorting are enabled. So this sorting block, we can have like stable and unique to have like only one record return to output and dropping the duplicates and all that functions, right? So this is pretty much like perform sort, stable and unique. These are pretty much the in link sorting or on the link sorting. Okay, but you don't have many options here. You need to use only these, right? So the difference between that input link sort, in link sorting or on the link sorting and sort stage is, sort stage we can perform like more complex sort operations, and it's basically it's used to insert like more explicit sorting operations. We can do more explicit sorting operations on this sort stage. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it about the basic background info of the sort stage. Now let's get into the key properties of the sort stage. So key, right? So key is obviously, if you have like SQL order by, and then we give column name, right? So yeah, that's the column name we are giving in this key option here, key field here. So yeah, we need to specify. It doesn't really make sense if you don't have a key column, right? Because DataStage does not understand on what basis or on what column the sorting should be done, right? So if you if whatever your input link have all the key columns or all the keys on a display in this drop down box, you can choose any one of them as a key property, or as a key column on which basis the sorting should be done. Okay, and this obviously key column, you can have, it's not that you can have just one, it's a repeatable property. So you can have like any number of key columns because it's a repeatable property, right? The sort key mode and sort order, these are the default what do I say, sub properties of this key property. Okay, so yeah, sort key mode, we do have like three different options. Don't sort previously grouped, don't sort previously sorted, and sort. Default is always sort, and this is the most commonly we used. But the other these are also pretty important. It's not that people don't use it often, but these obviously, if you really understand the data stage, and if you really know what's going on, it's always better to use this don't sort previously grouped and don't sort previously sorted. These lead to like better performance. If it depends on the job design. So yeah, these are pretty much important too. So now let's know what is this sorting and all that stuff. Sorting just defaults, sorting means it basically it's default option and basically sorts on the specified key columns. Okay, either it may be one or more. Based on that key columns it gonna sort, that's it. And don't sort previously sorted, it's basically it's specify, I mean, we said that it's already sorted, I mean the key columns on which you're trying to sort is already sorted. So don't sort again. Okay, so it's don't sort previously sorted, right? So we are saying that the key column which we specified are already previously sorted. So don't sort on them. So so when we use this option, what does this data stage do is this sort stage will then sort on the secondary key columns. Okay, let's say you have like some department ID or something over here, right? So we are saying that if you choose, okay, let's say I have like I don't have key column because I didn't have any data, but let's say you have like department ID, and let me choose like don't sort previously sorted. So which means that I'm telling DataStage that I have already sorted based on this department ID, so don't sort now. So what does it do is, as soon as it checks here, it now gonna understand that it need not sort on based on this department ID column. Then it gonna check for the secondary key column. So yeah, this option basically it I said it can enhance the performance, right? It obviously enhances the performance because it's not doing resorting again. It's waste of resorting, right? We are saying you did not do you did not sort here, just go on to the other key column, right? So obviously we are preserving our resources, and we are just preserving our resources, and obviously performance enhances, right? Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, whenever you specify this don't sort previously sorted, it doesn't sort, and then checks for the secondary key column, that's it. And what's another other thing, it's don't sort previously grouped. Don't sort previously grouped basically the statement or the option specifies it all. It says that the option or the key column which you specified, they are grouped together, but I didn't have I didn't do any sorting on that column. So don't mess up with grouping, but just perform on that grouped columns, that's it. So what does this sort stage do is, when you check or when you choose this don't sort previously grouped, so you know that your primary key columns or the first key columns are grouped together, but you're not sure if they are sorted. So yeah, if you're pretty sure that if you're pretty sure that they are grouped together but not sorted, then just choose this option, don't sort previously grouped. And it gonna just have like it gonna just group. So what does this option do is, it just go to the secondary column and and have like sort your data based on the secondary key columns within each group. Okay, so you have group data based on the primary key. Now the secondary, based on the secondary key, it gonna sort, because yeah, that's I hope you guys have like understood what I'm trying to say. Okay, next is sort order. Sort order is ascending or descending. Obviously we always specify in SQL order by let's say order by an employee ID as a ASC or DSC, right? I mean DESC or something. So it's like basically we're specifying if you want to have like ascending order or descending order, right? So yeah, the other it's not important, but the thing need to know is, let's say, okay, it makes sense to choose ascending or descending order if we have a numeric column over here, let's say EMPID. So that's a numeric column, right? So it makes sense to choose ascending or descending. But let's say you have key column as customer name or any other name. Okay, so how does that make sense with the sorting order? So what does it sort do is, when you have like varchar fields or varchar fields, what does the sorting order do is, it gonna order it by like alphabetical order. Let's say if you choose ascending, it means that you're asking a sort stage that I do have a name column, so let me just have like sorted it from A to Z. Okay, and if it's descending, it's Z to A, that's it. Okay, that's pretty much about the key options. As of now, let's just remove this. Okay, so that's about pretty much about the key properties. Now let's go to the option category. Options category, we do have like allow duplicates, allow duplicates, it's always true by default. If you remember, while I was talking about the remove duplicate stage, I said that we can remove duplicates in sort stage too, right? It's a pretty important question. You can uh, people might ask how to remove your duplicate. So it's obviously pretty easy answer, remove duplicate stage, right? Because the words or the stage name says it all. But some people ask, I don't want to use remove duplicate stage, but still I want to remove duplicates. So that's when the sort stage comes into action. Yeah, you can remove your duplicates based on your this what do I say, based on this allow duplicates option too. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it about this allow duplicates. I mean duplicates, you're allowing duplicates, it's always true by default. And if you don't want to have duplicates, just set it to false, that's it. Okay, and let me just tell you cluster key change and column afterwards, but let me just first finish the below three and then get into this. Okay, so output statistics, it's always false. Outputs, it's not like a big thing. Output statistics means it basically if it's always false, so if you set it to true, it means that our statistics of the sort stage are returned to the output, that's it. Like all the sorting operation, it causes like it makes the sorting operation to output statistics, that's it. Okay, and okay, let me just go to stable sort. Stable sort true is it's asking what I mean, it's always true. If it is set to true, it means that the sort operation will not rearrange records that are already in the sorted data set. We are basically we are basically saying that it's preserving type, right? Stable sort means, see, set to true to guarantee that this sort operation will not rearrange rows that are already in a properly sorted data set. So yeah, it's trying its best to have options so that the performance is not lagged or performance is not like decreased. And the sort utility, if you choose here, you have data stage and Unix, right? So data stage means you have all these options, but if you choose Unix, all these options, see, it says the value of property has been changed to Unix, so these are no longer valid, all these options are no longer valid. So when you just say yes, see, this is the thing. So yeah, if you choose Unix, you need to basically have specify the Unix command. Like if you have like Unix sorting, sort minus u, like Unix sorting, and sort minus d is like duplicate sorting to remove duplicates, all that stuff, right? Yeah, if you have like basic knowledge of Unix, yeah, you can do Unix sorting here. So but Unix sorting don't have any option, so you need not really worry about that. So data stage. Now let's get into this first, the create key change column and then create cluster key change column. Okay, these two options are always false by default. So create key change column false, it does not do anything. But if it is set to true, what does it mean is sort stage, it creates a separate column which is called key change column. Create key change column, right? So it's gonna create a column named key change. Okay, and what does that key change column contain is in okay, sort what did I say? Sort performs two things, right? One is grouping and the other is sorting. So what does, when we create key when we choose this create key change column to true, what does the sort stage do is it gonna number the records. Let's say like it gonna number the first record in each group as one, and if the record is repeated in the same in the group, that those records are numbered 0. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much about this key change column. And the cluster key change column is, it's pretty much as a key change column, but the word cluster is key, right? Because okay, so when you choose this true, when you choose this to true, it means that the class it gonna create, the data stage gonna create an additional column called cluster key change. The column name will be cluster key change. Okay, so cluster means like group, right? So this cluster key change column, I mean this option create cluster key change column, need to be chosen if you have like more than one key. If you just have one key and try to use this, I think that gonna abort or throw some error, or I'm not sure. I didn't try because I know what's the use. So yeah, so if you have like multiple options, yeah, that's when you're gonna use. So what does this cluster key change column is? It's pretty much same. It's gonna create a column, and then and the first record in each group, where based on this secondary key columns and all that previously don't sort and all that things, it gonna number it as 1, and the subsequent records which have like the same things gonna be numbered 0. Okay, so that's pretty much basically this option is given when you have like a don't sort previously grouped or don't sort sort key mode. If you have don't sort previously grouped or don't sort previously sorted, that's when you choose this cluster key change column. Because we are specifying, when do we specify these two options? We specify when we have like more than one key column, right? So yeah, if you have more than one key column, we need to know what are the first records in the group and what are the other records in the group. That's when you choose this create cluster key change column. I'll try to show you this option. It will be pretty much it will be more understanding to you. It will be more understandable to, sorry, it will be more understandable to you when you have like an example. Okay, so now let me get this options, like key options. Nulls position, when you have like sorted data and the data contains nulls, always if you don't, even if you don't have this option, let's say, okay, let's say we don't have this options, even though we don't have this nulls position option, always the nulls will be in the first the first position, first record. Whenever you have like nulls, that will be the first record. Okay, and let's say you don't want those nulls to appear first, so just choose this option and say last. That's it. Okay, and what are the other things? Case sensitive and sort update, it's pretty much same for the every stage, right? So yep, that's pretty much about this. And what are the other stages, other options? Let me just okay, the other option is restrict memory restrict memory usage. By default it's always 20 MB. So what does this mean is, it causes it, this option is basically this option, when if we choose this option, we are basically uh, telling DataStage to choose to restrict itself to only a specified number of number of megabytes that we specified here. If we specify, by default it's 20, but if we specify 20, we are saying DataStage that please specify when you're performing sort, please use only 20 to 25 MB of virtual memory when you're trying to process a node. Okay, so yeah, this is like more like what do I say, like more like physical memory. Like when you specify, like, when you don't have like much memory, or when you're really concerned about the memory that sort stage gonna use, that the sort operations or the sort operators gonna use, yeah, that's when you need to go for restrict memory usage and specify how much amount of the physical memory that your that each processing node or processing node should be used. That's it. Okay, and yeah, are there any other options? Let me choose. No, I don't see any other options. Okay, that's pretty much about this yeah, that's pretty much about this sorts, restrict memory usage and all that stuff. Okay, and let me now choose let me now yeah, let me now design a job, because we pretty much completed all the properties, right? Okay, yeah, see here the cluster key change column is set to true and create key change column is set to true, right? So see, in output you have cluster key change and key change, because we set this also set those two options as true. These are the like default. When we set to true, these are just like the system generator or the data stage generated columns. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much about the sort stage. And now let's just design the job. Okay, let's just remove everything, because we do have like in-link sorting and out-link sorting and all that stuff. So yeah, for this I gonna use we do have pretty much like most of the records in schema. So I'm not gonna create a file or text file because we do have enough data for performing sort. I'm gonna use the database stage only. Okay, now let's write it to the data set. Okay, so Oracle connector, let me just first let me just load the parameters. Remember, we do have parameters, right? Parameter set, right? So add parameter set, and gonna be Oracle schema 1, and okay, I believe it's Oracle schema 1. Let me just check it. Okay, okay, I'm not sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, and okay, let's insert the parameters now. Server and username and password. So as soon as you fill this, just test so that your test connection is successful and all that. Yeah, I need HR, so that's perfect. Okay, and just see if your connection is successful or not, because it's waste of time if you have like everything and ultimately the connection says it's failed. Okay, so yeah, the connection is successful. And now let me just create, okay, have tables. I want a DataStage to write its own SQL statement, and my table is employees. Okay, now let me load the data for employees plugin, because it's Oracle database and plugin stage, right? Database is a plugin stage. Okay, and let me just have all the columns. Okay, now you need not view data, because yeah, that gonna take time again. So okay, now let me choose this thing. What is this? Department ID as the key column. Okay, so I just want to see how many department IDs are there, and I want to have, okay, let me just choose it ascending or descending. Let me do it descending, because I'm telling data stage to based on the key department ID. I want to do descending. Descending means larger to higher, I mean higher to lower, right? So yeah, and I'm just leaving all the default values, allow duplicates to true and all that. It's false and false, right? Okay, I'm just leaving all the things to default. I'm not changing anything. Now let me just pull out all these columns, and now that's all with the sorting stage. It's basic thing I just want to show you, and then I'll go for the options. Okay, let me choose any other any other data set file. Now just compile and run it and see if everything goes well. So compilation is perfect. Now let's run the job. Okay, so the job is run perfectly. See, we don't have 107 rows and 107 rows. It doesn't matter, right? Because it should pass the same number of output rows. Because what we're trying to do, we are not performing any group by or any other things. We are just performing sorting operation, right? What did I specify stage? Specify in this stage. I said I I wanna have department ID in the descending order. That's it. Okay, I didn't do anything else. It's like SQL. If it's in SQL, it's like specifying order by department ID descending. That's it. Okay, so see, I did not really change any of these columns. I changed only this department ID column. And see, what did I say? I didn't choose by default. By default, the nulls are always placed first, right? If you want to override, just choose option nulls position and choose the option last. Okay, see, the highest department number is 110, so the 110 is 110 is like first, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40 and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much about the sorting. We are just sorting, let's say, like, we're just sorting it, right? If you want to have like sorting based on the salary, like lowest salary to highest salary and all that stuff, yeah, this is the go for. Okay, now let's get into more options. Now let's say I don't want to have like duplicates, and now let's see how many so what I'm trying to say is, okay, I want to sort it by department ID, but I don't want to see duplicates. I just want to see how many departments are there, and I just want to make it like descending order. Okay, now let's just yes, and yep, that's it. So it gonna show only like what's the highest department, like 110, right? Now what did it have? Like 107 rows in the input link are passed to 107 rows on the output link one. But when I said I don't want any duplicates to be passed to the output stage, let's see how many rows it's gonna pass to the output thing. See, there are only 12 rows, so it means that out of 107 rows, in the input on the input link, only 12 rows are original. I mean, it means that we do have only 12 different departments. That's it. Let's see. It also counts null, because null is a different value, right? It just can't ignore null. It's a different value, so that's also counted. So along with null, we do have 11 numbered departments. Okay, let's just see how what are those departments. See, null, and we do have 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Okay, so we do have 12 different departments if we counted null, but 11 different named departments or number departments and null. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create key change, because what did I say? If you have like don't sort previous, if you have like secondary key columns, that's when you're gonna create this cluster key change, right? But I don't want to I didn't have secondary key column. Let me just create a key change column for now. Okay, let me just set it to true. Okay, and what did I say? It's gonna create a key column, right? So I want that to write it to the output. Okay, so let me just map it to output, because I want that column. I mean, I want you to show I want me to show you how that key change column gonna have. Now let's run the job. Okay, now let me just remove that duplicates thing, false, because I want to show you, if I just remove duplicates, it doesn't really make sense to have this key change column, because I said it gonna number based on the grouping, right? And if you remove duplicates, there is no grouping at all, so how it gonna number itself? Okay, I can't really show you then. Now let's see how this gonna function. Let me just put it in the center. Okay, now let me see 107 rows and 107 rows, so we didn't remove duplicates. Now let's see and know what create key change column is. So here's our data. Now let me show you here department ID. We are not really concerned about any of the columns. I sorted it based on department ID, so my key change column gonna be based on department ID only. Okay, and I didn't have any other key columns. Okay, so let me just tell you now. So department ID is null, so the key change is 1. What did I say? It gonna group based on the department ID, and in that group, whenever it's see like the first record, that is grouped as 1, and if the second record, it's group 0. So because we don't have any other department as null, we don't have 0. So 110, see, 110 we do have 2, right? 110 and 110. So the first record is given key change as 1, and the second record is given 0. See, that means that it's saying that this is the first record and this is the second record, which is like grouped. So if you just want to know, let me have like let me say, when you have a requirement, let's say you want to filter, you don't want to remove duplicates, but you want to filter based on the key change column. So that's when like when you have like date and all that stuff, yeah, when you have that stuff, you can filter based on this key change column. You can write like where clause in the filter or transformer, where clause is like is equal to 1 is written to one output link, and all others are written to the other other output link. Because when you want to perform transformations, one type of transformations on the first record, and all the other type of transformations on the second on all the other records, that's when this gonna be of help to you. Okay, so now see 100, this is the first record, right? So that's when it's given 1. But 100, we do have many records. See, 1 2 3 4 5, so all the other except the first record, all the others are given 0. That's pretty much same. See, except the first record, every other record is given 0. That's it. So that's a key change column. Now let's see what's cluster key change column. Let me give the secondary key to okay, let me just show you how this okay, I'm not choosing any secondary key, but I'm just setting it to true. Let's see now what happens. Okay, I'm sorry. As soon as you set it to true, you need to map it to output, because that's what we want to see, right? So let's map it to output. See, cluster key change, it does have again a new column added. We didn't create anything, we just said it's true option, right? So yeah, cluster key change is set. Now let me just run and see. Now the job should abort, or it should throw some error that you can't do this or something else. Okay, let's just see. To be honest, I'm not really sure because I didn't do it ever, so probably it should adopt. It doesn't make sense to run properly. Okay, it ran. So let me just show you in the warnings. Okay, see, yeah, that's the thing. So it runs. Okay, I learned something new now. So it runs, or it run perfectly, but what does it say here? It says flag cluster sort 43 sort stage. Flag cluster requires one or more cluster or sorted fields. So it didn't find one or more it didn't find like more clustered sorted fields, so it's ignoring. That's the reason. So it just ignored that thing and just run as it is. So yep, see here again, the modify operator keeps field cluster key change which is not present in the output interface. So what does it mean is, it's saying that we didn't have like cluster things. You didn't have cluster thing, but still DataStage ignored that. And see, when I'm trying to execute data, it says that you can't, input dataset does not have field cluster key change. So it means that you didn't define cluster key change. Even though it's run, it's not allowing us to view the data, right? So yeah, that's what happens actually. Okay, so when you say yes, see, this is all the, like, again, the director stuff, like say your input dataset does not have all this stuff and all that. Okay, so what did we learn from this is, when we don't have like more than one key column, and if we check this create cluster key change column to true, the job runs, but we do have some warnings and we can't view the data in the output. Okay, now let's define, let's give another key column and create a cluster key change column. So now let me say I do have department ID. So now let me just job ID. Based on job ID, I just wanna sort it. Okay, so yeah, let me just now have this sorted to true. Okay, now let's just compile and run and see how the job runs. So the job is aborted. Let's now see why. What did I say here? If you remember from my introduction, what did I say here? This create cluster key change column, this can be enabled when you have when you have this sort key mode as don't sort previously grouped, or don't sort previously sorted, right? If you have these two chosen, if any of these, I mean either of these is chosen, then that's how this create cluster key change column gonna work. What does that happen is, if you don't choose it now, it's trying to sort based on department ID, and if it's trying to sort based on job ID, and it's unable to create cluster key change column now. So yeah, so now let's okay, let me just remove all this here itself. Why to pass it to the end? And let me just delete here. Okay, delete yes to all, and I want only what's that, department ID and manage sorry, job ID. Okay, I want only these columns to pass to the next sort stage. Okay, now let me just like, okay, this is all set, because yeah, I sorted based it on the department ID, so it don't sort previously sorted. And ascending and job ID, it's ascending means job ID, it's alphabetical, it's varchar data type. So just ascending means alphabetical order or something else. Okay, so true. Now I'm gonna choose output things. I just wanna plot this, yes, and department ID this, yes. Okay, so everything is set now, and I think this, yeah, this is also set. Now let's run and see. I don't want to make a complex job by putting transformer and all that stuff. It creates confusion. So let me just run with this sort to sort thing. I just want to show you guys, right? Just so yeah, let's see now. The department ID is null here. So yeah, the cluster key change and key change is 1. So let's not really worry about the same ones, but let's worry about the different ones. See, 20 we do have cluster key change as 1 and the key change as 1. But when we have another 20 record, the cluster key change is 0 and the key change is 1. Why these two are differing, right? So now let me explain here. So what this cluster key change column do is, the cluster key change column is set to 1 for the first record in each group, and this group is defined by this group is basically that group which is defined in don't sort previously grouped or don't sort previously sorted thing. So I mean, on which column you mention this don't sort previously grouped or don't sort previously sorted thing, on that basis that is grouped. Okay, so on which group did we mention that don't sort previously sorted? On department ID, right? So department ID, it's grouped on department ID now. Because it's grouped on department ID, on that group it saw the first record as 20, so it's 1, and the second record the grouped ID is 20, so it's 0. But why the key change column is 1 and 1? Because this key change column, this gonna set 1 for the first record in each group, for which we set the sort type as the sort key, sort type as sort, right? I'm talking about this thing. Let me show you. Let me make it clear. Okay, see. So what does this cluster key change column gonna do is it gonna group wise based on this department ID. Why department ID? Because we set sort key mode, don't sort previously sorted, or don't sort either one. Like you can choose either one, but it's still the same data, output data. Okay, so it gonna group based on this department ID. So whenever it see the first department ID, that is numbered 1, and whenever it see like doesn't matter how many records does it see with the same department ID, all those department IDs will be 0, represented as 0. Whereas key change column, this is applied for this secondary things, because it gonna check for this sort key mode as sort. Whenever you have like this sort, on what column you have sorting thing, that thing gonna apply for this key change column. Okay, so yeah, that's the reason we do have a different cluster key change column and key change column, even though it's for the same department ID, because the job ID should be different for that. If the key change column is different, that means that it's performing sort on secondary column, right? And what's the secondary column? Job ID is the secondary column, right? So because the department IDs are same, the cluster key change is differing, right? Because the first thing in the group is numbered 1, and if it sees the same department ID, it's gonna number it as 0. But why the key change is 1 and 1? Because the first thing in the group is 20, and it has now it gonna group, right? Because it has 20 and 20. Now because it has same 20s as department ID, it gonna now check on this secondary key column, which is the job ID, and that's the sorting key column, right? Okay, now it gonna check on the sorting key column. So see, we have first record as MK man, so that is 1, because that's only the first unique record, right? So that's 1. And the second record, even though the department ID is 20, the job ID is different, right? So that's the reason we do have 1 again, because this is an other group, like 20 and MKREP is an other group. So that's the thing, that's the reason we have key change as 1. And see now, let's see 30 is PU clerk. 30 doesn't matter. Okay, let's forget about this 30. So 30 we do have this let's forget about the job ID. So see now, okay, let's forget this job ID for now. Okay, don't remember that this job ID exists. Okay, so now what it gonna do is this 30 department ID, these all things gonna be grouped together. Okay, so the first record is numbered 1. Okay, and all the other ones are numbered 0. See, till 30 except that first record, all others are numbered 0. Okay, now that's for cluster key change. Let's come to key change. Okay, now see this what do I say, yeah, so see now everything is 30. Okay, now even though everything is 30, PU clerk whatever, okay, the first record 30 PU clerk, it gonna check this and it gonna number 1, and similarly it gonna check 30. Okay, same record, but let me check the job ID, it's still PU clerk, so it's 0. So whenever 30 have PU clerk as a job ID, it gonna number it as 0, because it already has number 1, right? But let's see 30 has a different job ID. Yep, you do have a different job ID. Now you see 30 and it gonna see this PU man. it's different, right? So that's when this key change gonna be 1, because this is different, right? So when you want to know the what are the different things in the secondary key column, that's when you choose like cluster key change and key change things. So yep, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you got my point. So basically, let me just consolidate it again. Cluster key change column, it gonna set to 1 for the first record in each group, and that grouping is done by the on what basis you choose your sort key mode, like what basis you choose your sort key mode. Sort key mode here is our department ID. So if you have whatever column you have this don't sort previously sorted or don't sort previously grouped things, that on based on that it gonna group it. Okay, and the key change column, and the key change column is basically it number 1, it gonna check for this department ID group wise, and if it's same, then it gonna check for the secondary key columns. Okay, if that's different, if still that's same, then it gonna have 0, but if it's that different, then it gonna have 1 as a key change thing. Okay, yep, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really thinking you got a clear idea of this, because it's a little confusing for this sort stage, cluster key change and key change. I have seen people asking what's the difference between key change and cluster key change. So make sure you just have your own answer for that. Okay, now let me get into little performance type of sort things. Sorting, it's what does this sort is, even though it has like beautiful operators performing sorting stage, it's always better if you could like have sorting done on this what do I say, database or sequential. You can't obviously do sequential file stage, but if you have a database, you can just write like generate SQL no, and you can have like SQL statement run here, and just sort it based on your SQL statement. Run your SQL statement here, write your SQL statement like select whatever column, select department ID comma job ID and all job ID from employees where and where department. Okay, where we don't need to have where clause, but order by department ID and ascending or something like. Okay, so whenever you can write a SQL statement, whenever you can sort it in the database, please do write the SQL statement here, because that is like most that is like faster sort can be done in database. When a sort is written, when a sort statement or select statement is written on the database, that's a lot faster and efficient than using the sort stage just to have that sorting function. If you don't have any sorting operations, and just you need to sort based on the department ID or based on just a key column, and if you're using it if you're using a database connection, yeah, just write there, because that's a lot faster and efficient. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you always need to choose database, but if you just wanna have like sort order by thing, just write it. And if you don't want, if you have along with order by, if you have any other all the other things to do, yeah, go for sort stage, use sort stage. Okay, and always when you're trying to design this sort stage, carefully design your job, because when you include the sort stage, that can lead to performance issues. So yeah, if you design carefully, that can obviously improve the performance of sort operations, and whatever you specify the sorting things and all that existing pre functionalities in the sort stage. Okay, and remember the most important thing, if the data has already been partitioned and sorted on a set of key columns, specify don't sort previously sorted or don't sort previously grouped things. Don't ever forget that, because you don't want to mess up. First thing, you don't want to mess up with the previously sorted data, with previously beautifully sorted data, right? And the second thing, it's waste of resources, because you're trying to do it again the same function, right? So yeah, that's thing. These options basically reduces the cost of sorting and takes more advantage of like what sorting is to be done. And when writing it to other data set, when writing it to other data set, make sure that you preserve partitioning, because data set purely works on nodal configuration. So yeah, try to preserve partitioning. I didn't do it here, but yeah, it's the best practice is to preserve the partitioning. Okay. And I'm just basically designing the job to show you the concepts. I can't really show each and everything in this one single video. So yeah, I'm just pointing out the important points so that you guys will be clear when you're like really designing your own job. Okay. So yeah, and try to maintain like preserving and all that stuff. And if you're reading from these data sets, like if you're written the sorted data set, and when you're trying to read it from the other data set from which okay, let's say you have written to one data set and you're trying it to read from the same data set in another job. Okay, try to not in another job but from the same thing, try to use the same partitioning method, so that the same partitioning whatever or however the group of data is there, it gonna just pass on to that input data set. Okay. So that's when you are not messing up with the sorted data or partition data. Okay. And the other thing, yeah, that's pretty much order. I mean, if you have already sorted, let's say you have like stable sort option is chosen, so yeah, you could just need to have like basically you just need to have know how your data is coming out. Okay. And the other important thing is, when I said about restrict memory usage, yeah, that's another performance enhancer, because the performance of individual sorts can be improved by increasing the memory usage per partition using that option. Okay. So yep, that's pretty much about the sort stage and the performance issues. Even though I didn't show the preserve partitioning, please make sure that you preserve the partitioning when you're trying to read it or when you're trying to write it. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all got a clear understanding of what exactly is this sort stage. It's pretty important stage, so make sure you understand each and every property and difference between this sorting, inline sorting and sorting, and unique sorting and dataset sorting, and what might be the performance issues when you are using this sort stage. Okay. And thank you, guys, thank you so much for watching.